Hi everybody! You can win a game in this video. That's right, you can. What game can you win? This one. Peak Oil, which is a worker placement game. I guess my camera isn't far back enough for you to see it, but this is what it is. And that's because the good people who at Two Tomatoes Games, who made Peak Oil Profiteer, sent this my way in exchange for me doing a review for them like a couple years ago. And this is one that I've actively been excited about it arriving in the mail. This sort of is emblematic of my own Kickstarting philosophy. I would have backed it because it was a good price, and it was like 30 euros for like a really fun game. And then I said, hey, just wondering, making sure you're going to send Peak Oil my way. And they said, oh yeah, we're okay, sure, we'll send you Peak Oil as well. When really I was just talking about Peak Oil Profiteer, because I already owned this. I already owned Peak Oil because I picked it up because I liked this so much, and I wanted to try something by Two Tomatoes Games. I haven't yet played it because I picked it up used. However, what I thought might be a fun video and just gives me an excuse to open my toy, my latest toy, is if we do a little unboxing of both of these games just to see what the contents are of this game. And then I'm going to give this away. So I'm going to open it, but I will then ship you this copy, which will be the better copy because the other one that I got was more used. But I also figure I might as well open it so you can see the sort of game that you're getting. And yeah, we'll go through, and then it gives me an excuse to talk about Peak Oil Profiteer, which you can go back in time and check out younger Chris's review on it. Ah, we were so young. We were reviewing on Tabletopia, and actually that was much easier to get the B-roll. But I like talking about games that I like, and I really do like Peak Oil Profiteer, and so this is my way of talking about it now to those of you who may not have been in the first 1,000 subscribers on the channel, because that's when it was that I did this. So enough of that. Let's get into this top-down, which I now have a little top-down camera set up that I'm so friggin' happy about. But I still, because I'm still not in my normal studio, I still have to have my microphone here. But we're still going to take a look at everything that's in Peak Oil, and I'm excited. Oh, baby. I love being able to zoom in. Oh, but you can't read anything because I flipped the camera. Cool. Double guess your competitors, blackmail politicians, and sell money to whoever needs them to ensure the oil and the money keep flowing your way. That's the premise of this game. Honestly, when I heard about this game, it's basically about taking as much money as you can from a war-torn country. And I didn't know how fun that theme would be. I didn't. But luckily, the game doesn't take itself too seriously. It's a fictional place that you're stealing this oil from. And oh boy, I'm so excited. Renee didn't like this that much, but it's only because we played it 2 players, and I think it's much better non-2 players. I'm very excited about this. I really am. Yeah, I wasn't huge on what the theme was or what the theme was going to entail, but then when we got into it and we started playing it, it's nice. My quote on the Kickstarter page was like, "Power Grid and Mission Red Planet had a beautiful corrupt baby," which I thought was a good quote, as did everybody on the Dice Tower. They called it out. They're like, "Man, I wish I could write quotes like that." Well, you can't, but that's okay. It seems like we have some solo rules here. Yeah, solo game. This was one of the stretch goals, was to add in a solo version to it. So that's kind of cool. And then we have the rule book right up top. Boom, and we also have a French rule book, which oh, and a Spanish rule book, which that's what we do with those. So I guess this is gonna be German on the back. Yeah, I'll work on my German because I must. Basically, we can go through the rule book a little as we're just gearing up here. Basically, you're going to have 5 actions. You have simultaneous selection. You have these 5 actions. You can choose to get influence in the country and then use that influence to either like sell guns or get oil. And it's a little bit of an area control game in terms of you need to lock down these different regions on the map and then trace a line to the port, because the ports are the only place where you can sell oil. Meanwhile, you're monitoring with this corruption track going up, and if it reaches the top, the game's over, and whoever has the most money wins. What I do love is the turn order is kind of just it's determined by, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but the priority is determined randomly by whatever cards are on top here. And then you flip this over, and then you can be hiring different people into your sector. Also, you can be bribing these different officials. These little tokens are for the officials. And when you bribe them, if you have them on your staff, then you can do things for cheaper. But you can also bribe them away from somebody else, and that's like one of the actions that you can do. Yeah, this game, like, in a sea of Kickstarter where it's like everything's premium, the rule book is made out of pure gold. This feels like a very sturdy rule book that you don't need to really worry about, making it like feel as though you're drowning in leather, right? Okay, cool. Oh, these are the tokens? Awesome. I thought these were just like nice. We got these as like little poker chips. Sweet. That's pretty sweet. We just have these as poker chips, and then you pick each one. Oh, cool. These are a lot sturdier than I was expecting them to be. These feel like the Splendor, the second edition Splendor, not the heavy poker chips, but they're just like really nice. Nice. Oh, I'm stoked. I'm stoked because I've never got to play the physical copy, right? They also have paper money. Oh yeah. I was expecting these to be. I thought these were going to feel like actual money. I thought in the Kickstarter they said that they would feel like actual money. So maybe I didn't get the Kickstarter version. I think I was supposed to get the Kickstarter version. Let's see if this board is double sided. That'll tell you. It is double sided, so I think that's the Kickstarter version. This is the main map that you're. Oh, I gotta zoom out again. This is the main map that you are looking at, and then on the other side we have a new map, and these matter just a little bit in terms of how easy it is to be in a place that has oil, which you're going to put your little oil drums on, and how easy it is to get to the port, how easy it is to control things. And then also when there's fighting that happens, you roll the dice and they kind of cross borders based upon what dice are where. So that's kind of how battle is determined. Cool. Sturdy enough board. These are going to be your action cards right here. Oh, these are also cards that you're drawing. Basically, you draw these cards to have influence over these people, and then these are your action cards. You choose one: hire guns, produce oil, sell oil, or hire somebody or activate like a contingency plan. And then this stuff down here is for the solo mode, basically. I think so. You don't really have to worry about that because that's just for solo. But yeah, everybody has nice cards. Yeah, good sturdy. Right, I like this because it wasn't ever going to be a lot of components. That's how you roll the dice to determine what goes in where. And then these are your little oil tokens, little oil drums that you're going to get to put on things, which is cool. Green printed, nice. And the nice big chunky corruption marker, little see-through eye holes. Yeah, and then some cubes just to track the different states and strength of the government, the National Liberation Front, and the URFMF, or URFMRF, which I forget what it stands for, but they're the rebels. Basically, you want to incite violence amongst every populace while getting rich yourself. See some German cards in here? And French cards. So I guess you just get a copy of all the different cards. I don't think this is the Kickstarter version. I think this is the retail version because the Kickstarter version was supposed to come with a small mini expansion, the cash grab expansion, which I thought sounded cool. So I'm gonna have to contact them about that because I want it. Like I want this sort of stuff. I think it sounded neat. I haven't played with it, and so I want to add it to the collection. But you know what? Even if I don't have it, it's probably fine. I am a little disappointed about the this paper money because paper money kind of sucks. And I thought the stretch goal was to make it feel like real money, like maybe it does feel like real money, and I'm just a heathen Canadian with plastic money. That also could be the case because it kind of feels like an American money bill. I don't know. I think there was a stretch goal option in the campaign was to you would get your face on one of the bills, and so I'm assuming this water buffalo really spent a good deal of money to get their face on the bill. So I mean, a little disappointed about that, but honestly, very excited about these tokens. These feel great, like they're going to be great to pass around. And I don't know what this live broadcast thing is for, so maybe that is part of an expansion. Let's open the cards and see and stop. pretending like we know what we're talking about before we do. Researcher, do. I'm just scrolling through to. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, no, I think this is the right thing. Oh, I see. I didn't even look at this, but it has the English and the German on the same thing, and then it has the French and the Spanish on the same cards. So this is an extra set of cards, which I don't know what I'll do with. Feels like a bit of a waste, but I guess it's easier for printing purposes than worrying about localization. And then these specific corruption ones, these are going to be changed into the German version as well. So those can go away. All right, I've made sense to myself now. And then this is the breaking news expansion. So these add in, this was a little mini expansion. So I should zoom in. This was a little mini expansion where different actions are going to pop up, right? And have different events that are happening. So anytime you play a blackmail card for any reason, these are blackmail cards because you're blackmailing whoever you have control over. First pay $1, $2, or $3 to the bank. Then roll a die and add the number of money you paid. The blackmail card only takes effect if your result is 4 or more. So you really have to be corrupting them. Adel Schmadel. Whoa. If exactly 2 players pick the same action, only the first must take the action. The second must take action 5 contingency, which you can always take a contingency if you ever take an action and it's like, I can't do that action anymore because things have shifted because you all program beforehand and then you reveal. You always have a contingency plan, which will get you something. Huh? And then if 3 or more players pick the same action, the first must take the contingency action instead, and the remaining players take their chosen action as per the normal rules. That's funny. So these just have different effects and different shaking against the different things to shake up the game. Cool. And then these are the German ones, which I don't need. Oh, this is a cool one too. It says once all players have picked their action for the round, before calling actions in order, all players reveal their action cards at the same time. Because usually you go 1 and you wait to see if anybody reveals their number 1 card. And so if I have this card down and it's number 5, I wait. It could be a 2, could be a 3, could be a 4. And so that's how you can say like, oh, I did something different. But if this is in play, then you can't do that. Everyone would see that you're taking the contingency plan instead. Cool. That's a pretty simple unboxing. Oh, wait, there's more. Now I'm going to get my grubby little hands all over the games. I'm really excited about those chips. All over the Peak Oil, the regular Peak Oil game. And we'll see what's in it. We'll take a little bit more of a look into it. I don't know. I'm excited. There wasn't much to see in there, to be fair. Most unboxings you need minis, and this one doesn't have it. But again, this is more a video about me practicing what I preach, getting excited about games delivering. It's not the size of the box, it's what's inside of it. That's what Maggie keeps telling me. Let's take a quick peek. Didn't even mean to do that. At this oil and see what's inside. So this one was made I don't know when, 2016 I want to say. It was a long time ago. Not a long time ago. 2016 wasn't that long. But I've heard, and whenever I did some like research on it, because I did a little bit of research on it, but on the games before I looked into them, before I accepted doing the main peak oil, because I always try to look to see if it's something that I might be interested or not. People said that this is a very cutthroat worker placement game. We got a stacks and stacks of cards here, stacks and stacks of cards, which we'll look into in a second. We have the very generic player pawns. Honestly, I think I'm scarred by like sorry stuff like that. I mean, they're very well made, but I don't know. It feels. I think I didn't take this game seriously because of these things, because of this shape. Isn't that an odd, weird gatekeeping thing? It's like, oh yeah, this reminds me of a game. Sorry, and now I'm never using those pieces ever. We got a bunch of oil barrels. Which did we have oil barrels in the other one? That's something to check. They are components. Oh no, you don't need them because you're just saying, hey, I'm going to drill here. And then when you do drill, you then get the oil for whatever price it is. That makes sense. Yeah, these are only used with the shameless cash grab variant. See Appendix 2. So all the stuff's included in there. That's cool. In short, your run-of-the-mill bonus content added as an afterthought. That's very funny. Cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, I want to check the the Kickstarter just briefly after to make sure we got what we wanted to get, but we'll check it out. We got a bag where we'll probably throw in a bunch of oil, and if you pull out black oil, that'd be good. If you pull out yellow or red, that's probably bad. That's probably what that bag means. Maybe. Or maybe it's for all these tokens. Ah, two types of rule books. That makes sense. I always hate it. It feels like such a waste. I mean, you just recycle it and it's fine, but I understand why companies need to do it because it makes so much more sense in terms of printing logistically to print multiple rulebook languages in, but I don't know. I just hate throwing stuff out. Okay, let's check this out. Let's just read through this introduction. I'm not going to punch this out. It's going to be yours. I keep forgetting I'm giving this away to someone. This is yours to punch out and do what you please. But I just want to take a look and see what sort of game you're getting. Peak oil is looming ahead, and you, the chief executive at one of the large oil companies, need to lead your enterprise into the way of the future without oil. You will squeeze the last drops from oil fields around the world to gather the resources that allow you to invest in various oil replacement technologies. While you may try to emerge from the coming crisis through legal means, your competitors most likely will not, and force you to dirty your hands as well. You have a workforce of agents you may assign to different tasks on the board. Actions include drilling for and shipping oil, hiring new agents, buying startups in oil replacement technologies, and promotion campaigns that manipulate the public opinion about those technologies. Have you heard of, I can't think of anything funny. Have you heard of Dogecoin? It's the way of the future. It's a resource now, I swear. If you have more agents assigned to a task than any other player at the start of your turn, you may carry out the action and recall those agents to headquarters to prepare them for your next plan. Whoa, that's why it's cutthroat, because you really need to outmuscle your opponents in that one spot. You're like, listen, then I can pull them back and use them again. That's cool. At some point, the oil, represented by a set number of black barrels in a bag, will run out. This is called peak oil and marks the end of the game. After a flurry of peak oil panic, players tally the value of technologies they invested in and promoted during the game. Whoever best shaped the uncertain future in favor of their company wins. Awesome. This makes me want to play it. They're saying, no, we can't be held responsible for any differences or similarities between this game and real life. In fact, peak oil is a phantom menace created by right-wing anti-capitalists or fear-mongering, tree-hugging environmentalists, or not. And yes, we realize that peak oil doesn't actually mean that the oil runs out, but that's how they're using it in this one. This is a game that really pokes fun at how much our world is descending into madness, and that's something I can get behind. If there's nothing else that we can do but laugh, we must then therefore laugh. This will be the technology on the side. This is the global black market. Risk spots. So every time you pass through one of them, your tankers are going to have to navigate all these different oil spots, and there might be risk for them. These are the main areas in which you can get oil from. And then down here are the spots where you can put your agents on to take the actions, which are expand, recruit additional agents, develop, drill in a region, adding crude oil barrels from the bag to its oil fields, or whitewash to get rid of those pesky PR crises. Ooh. Invest, buy a startup from the open display, or inflate the perceived value of a technology. And then gray ops, close a deal with one of the consultants who gives you special abilities and accesses the black market. So very similarly, they're going to have consultants, and you want to manipulate everything to your favor. I'm not going to go too much more into it. I'm not going to punch this stuff out either, because I'm going to give whoever wins this this is just the German side again. And the English and French right here. So gray ops, etc. The pleasure of punching those things out. We're just going to take a brief look at the board because that's all that's left. That's all we have left. Boom. Very simple. And then a nice peak oil on the back. So one of you is going to win this. You can take a look at all these cards together. These are the different things that you can use to manipulate your way into the win. And yeah, this makes me get excited about playing my copy of Peak Oil as well, that I have at home in Toronto. I mean, there you go. That's it. Let's check out their previous Kickstarter campaign, because we look at Kickstarter sometimes on this channel. Once or twice we've looked at it. Oh, this was, yeah, no, that's Peak Oil Profiteer. You see, 4.5 stars out of 5. And that's true. I do give it 4.5 stars out of 5. I thought it was pretty fun, and actually, I haven't switched the camera view yet, so you don't know what I'm talking about. But now you do. 4.5 stars out of 5. Yeah, I quite enjoyed it. I really did. To recap my review, which I think you should go watch if you're interested in it. It's just that the two-player experience didn't feel that great, and the ending felt sometimes a little anticlimactic, but getting there feels good. Yeah, Reporter expansion, Cash Grab expansion 2, so I guess you just added in more cards. We didn't get the $1 billion bill. Oh, and I don't think we actually unlocked the... Oh, well, it says real feel money. I mean, I guess it kind of does. It's just I like Canadian money better, and I was hoping for it to be more plasticky, more like a Chip Theory game cards. Oh yeah, Cash Grab expansion, 4 new cards, and then there was another 4 new card expansion as well. 8 new cards just to vary up the stuff, and then the Reporter expansion. So all of that is in the game, which is great. So I don't think this is anything like a specific Kickstarter game either. Like I think that will be in every copy as well. Which this really felt like it really didn't raise a lot of money. It raised 25,000 euros, which in terms of Kickstarter is not that much, but it really felt like they were, any time they unlocked something, they'd put it right back into the game. And I thought that was cool. And the stretch goals felt real because we never saw the $1 billion bill. I still agree. It's great value for the quality of game you're getting. Look at that. I'm all over this campaign page. This was back when nobody knew who I was. And it was 30 euros. And I think the shipping was okay as well. Anyway, I'm excited. I'm excited about it. I think it was, this was a thing that I have been actively excited for to arrive. I'm thrilled that it's in my collection. I'm thrilled to actually get to play the physical copy and refresh myself on the rules, the little rules minutia that I know I'm forgetting because it's been 2 years. But I think you should check out the review, the past review from, well, the past. And if you like simultaneous play or Power Grid or Mission Red Planet, right? Like if you want something that feels like a combo of those two games, this feels like that. And I really love Power Grid a lot. I like Mission Red Planet. And so I think that's what really drew me in for this. And I'm excited to play again. Kind of cool. So that's the video for today. Drop down below if you want to win a copy of Peak Oil. This is where the giveaway announcement happens. I'll do a drawing for the giveaway. I don't know. In the following episode 106 of Crowdfunding Countdown, I think. And if it's not in there, it'll be in episode 107. But episode 106, whatever is going to be on September 11th, although that date certainly feels like bad timing considering the thematic subject matter of this, but who knows? Hey, whatever. That's when I'll get to it. That's when I'll announce the winner to give enough people a chance to enter. So drop down below. What is your favorite source of renewable energy? If you want to win this, and then I will ship it out to you, and I'll ship it anywhere in the world. I'll do that, and I'll probably regret it. So let's hope a lot of people from Toronto comment down below. Yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for letting me just talk about something that I'm excited about because, hey, it's nice to share those things with you all. That's it for the video. My name's Chris George. I don't have a catchphrase, but I do have an upcoming $2,000 shipping bill that I hope I could figure out some way to pay for. $1 million. If only if I had a $1 million bill that I could use to pay for it. If only the post office would take Peak Oil. I don't know. I mean, you buy this for 30 euros, you get $50 million. That feels pretty good. I gotta go to this country. I hear it's probably nice there. It's probably nice.